Album Review, the podcast where four totally unqualified guys review a different album every week in the hope of broadening our knowledge of music. However, we are easily swayed off topic and have no real idea what we are talking about. Today's album is Valiant Heart's Odyssey.
Don't worry, we'll get a new intro soon. It's fine. Now that we're under new maintenance, we can
new management.
New management. We can get rid of the old
album review management.
We can get rid of the old intro and have like an exciting and fun one.
Go on, why don't you improv one right now, Will?
Well, no, didn't we already say we were going to change it? We were going to change it so that it was actually this camera.
Well, yeah, but we still need a hat chat jingle or something like that at the beginning of it.
Yeah. Joe,
where's
our album review jingle?
I can get on that. I made one, and none of you liked it.
In the making.
Yeah,
well,
none of you liked it. So I was personally insulted, and from that day onwards, vowed never to make music again. So now here I am singing.
Oh, well, someone else will do it then if you can't take criticism, Joe. Somebody
that can actually make music as well.
Maybe Jack Riggle.
Maybe Jack Riggle. Shout out to Jack Riggle.
Be better than me for sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Wholesome. All right. Trying to make a wholesome moment.
I only know that it's because you wanted that compliment.
Like,
no, I'm not giving it to you.
No, fuck you, Joe. You don't deserve it.
I'm joking. Go on. Who is it? Who is it again?
It's me. Speaking of Joe Midwood, Valiant Heart's Odyssey. Joe Midwood claims that it's the most Joe album anybody's picked in a while, which I feel is insulting to assume that Joe Midwood has ever picked anything that isn't the personification of a cum rag.
Of this style.
That's basically it, really.
That's the two lines you were speaking about.
Yeah, and then I started writing. Like I say, considerably weaker second half, in my opinion, with a couple of exceptions.
Agreed.
Like chocolate chips in a raisin bag. I don't know why, but I feel like I would be embarrassed to be seen listening to this in public, and I don't know why. Because It's not that it's bad. It's like I like it. It's good. But then, like, I feel like if I pulled it to a drive-thru and they were like, "Are you listening to Valiant Hearts?" I'd be like, "No," and I'd quickly like slap it, and like Taylor Swift would play or something, and I'd be like, "This is better."
Yeah, because they'd probably be really happy because they're not a big band. So if somebody actually came up to you and said, "You're listening to this," you're like,
"No!" You're like really angry at them,
and they're like, "Oh,
don't you dare say that I'm listening to Valiant Hearts."
They're about to hand you the Big Mac and you just fucking
slap the window, slap it out, man, bog off. Yeah, like I'd be. It followed on to like I'd be embarrassed to eat raisins, and then I'd go on a tangent that says like, "What the fuck even are little shriveled grapes? Honestly, grow up." This is what I wrote.
Like raisins.
Fuck raisins.
Are nice.
They're just like the old man version of fruit, aren't they?
Yeah, but they taste so different to grapes.
They're so different.
You want chocolate-covered raisins, then?
Oh, no, they're awful.
No, then, like, why would you do that?
But that's like, let's either ruin the chocolate or try and disguise the raisin.
Yeah, I don't get that. But I like raisins on their own, and I like chocolate on their own.
Raisins.
Mix the two.
It's like it's like J2O orange and passion fruit and vodka.
Yeah,
individually great.
Great, but not
together.
No.
Are you sure you were embarrassed to be seen listening to this because it was a very Joe album pick?
No,
and it was like more on the heavy side.
It was not a very Joe album pick.
I would say this is the least very Joe pick.
It's like got some screaming bits in it. It's metal.
I can't wait to listen to that back in the album review just then of Joe going, "It is."
I kind of feel like this is just a very like Aidan pick, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. It's because
I was thinking it's more of a Denver pick.
I can't
honestly.
Oh, well, now I don't feel as
Aidan, hit me up now. You can't say it's not me.
I feel like
this is a pretty Will pick.
I thought so. Yeah.
I feel like this is and I don't know if this is the case. I feel like this is you heard a few songs on it and thought, "I'll pick this whole album," not realizing what was on the rest of the album.
Pretty much.
No,
but kind of.
I'd heard the whole album before a few times.
I'm glad that you had.
I mean, we'd listened to it once before the whole way through, Aidan.
Yeah, but then we'd also listen to like the Loveless album, and I've grown to love that one. Whereas if anything, I sort of grew to shrug at this one. I'm like, yeah, like it's good. I don't know. You know, it's if hypothetically, if I were to rate it out of 10, it would probably be like a 7 or something. You know what I mean? like if you think about it.
Rated?
No. I'm just saying hypothetically. I haven't rated it or anything. It's not like it's part of album review.
Like,
6.
But for real, it's
Would you say it's a thumbs up or thumbs down?
From me, yes, a thumbs up.
But we all
But
know
it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It
It's
doesn't matter.
invalid.
It's not.
It doesn't happen.
only Joe's thumbs.
The pure disrespect I'm getting on this album review. I'm not liking it so far.
Oh my god! Will you shut the fuck up?
What do you mean the disrespect?
Get disrespect. Everything I've said. It's like, no, Joe, you're wrong.
It's not a Joe album though.
It is.
It's good,
Also,
Joe.
chocolate covered raisins are great.
That's great.
No.
So, you know, I'm just being disrespected.
I
The
don't think
music
it's a-
thing, I've been disrespected.
It's not a Joe album.
What
though.
have you said
It's
about
strike
the album?
6.
What has Joe
Nothing
said
so
about the
far.
album or me?
Strike 6.
No. What have you said about the album? I feel like you just described it by talking about.
I was just talking about
Tom or Joe.
raisins. Raisins.
If you could describe the album
Yeah.
like a peanut,
Okay.
like all the different nuts, how would you describe the album?
My nuts. Salty. Smells a bit weird. Ultimately good. Relatively clean. Always warm.
Always warm.
I don't know. Like, fuck. What do you want from me? Anyway, let's go into the worst song. Which for me was Ever Charger. Most nothing song. Just a bit meh.
Yeah, it
I
was
feel
a
like
bit
no place.
That's literally what I put in my notes.
Yeah,
as well.
just meh. No Place Like Home was nearly my worst, but I think it brings some uniqueness.
That was nearly your worst.
Yeah, because like I just thought it was a bit drab, but then like it sort of threw some elements in that I thought were quite interesting and stuff. You know,
Like,
I can't believe
it's
that.
funny you say about No Place Like Home because, like, theoretically, I'd say that was my worst.
would you say so?
I think so.
Like a
Like,
chocolate.
if I was like to
like a
to gauge
chocolate
these,
coloured, chocolate covered raisin.
I think that would be.
If you
yeah,
were to
it would
like,
be my worst.
if you were to think of No Place Like Home, and then like also the rest of the songs as a collective, and you were to give it a rating,
yeah,
what would you give it?
I think it would go on the bottom,
Oh,
like least favorite.
you think so?
What, you really
Yeah.
think No Place Like Home? You both think it's one of the worst?
Just hypothetically.
Just
I completely disagree.
If that is true, I can't believe that.
well, why would I bring it up if it wasn't true? My third favourite is No Place Like Home.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm joking. It's not. It's genuinely
Oh,
not.
for fuck's sake.
My third favourite is Alaska. Alaska.
Alaska.
My
So-
worst of the
solid
three.
start.
My worst of the three is No Place Like Home.
I think it's a fantastic start to the album. Feels very grand, very like big.
Big,
You're opening the big doors to the grand lift of Dectus in Elden Ring. Great game, really.
I've not done that yet, so, you know.
Well, one day. Second favourite for me, weird curveball, Colour Wave.
Really?
I enjoyed like the pitch changey bits, and I think it felt like as the homies say, massive.
I thought it felt a bit grungy.
Yeah. Especially with that like bass part at the beginning.
Nah, don't know what you're talking about. I
I
don't
liked
hear
it.
bass. It's a great song. Really, really enjoyed it. It was nearly my favourite, but my first favourite, obviously by a country mile, was Wildfire. I think it's such a nice song. It's got great melodies, great lyrics, really nice. Top tier, absolute bang fest. Overall, great album art, but I don't like the graphics, you know? Like, it looks a little bit too good, if you ask me. Like, some of the environments and stuff. Like, they look fantastic, but, like, you know, it doesn't... I don't know if I like the style.
I can see what you're saying, honestly. Yeah.
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah, something about it. I don't get
Pure
it.
disrespect.
Anyway, literally, that is my album review. I did say I don't have a lot to say. That's just it. Like, I was like, yeah, it's fine, it's good, I like it. If I were to rate it hypothetically, it would be 7 out of 10. But I'm not saying that right now. I'm just saying if there were a rating system,
Yeah.
that might have been it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
God, we could not make this a thing.
Right.
No, I'm not going to do it. Look, you know me. I always do one-offs. I don't just like bring shit back.
And I added to it.
Okay, so my review, hypothetically, I'd probably give this album an 8. But that's hypothetically. We'll see. But, I thought this album was good, but over time it got worse, I don't know how to say it, but I feel like there's just not enough variation there. It kind of.
I was about to be like your backup man with that, because I don't think it got gradually worse. I just think it got too samey, and it got boring towards the end.
So you're thinking if you listen to it in reverse,
I would have the
you
same
would think
feeling.
you think, the end is really good, but
yeah. So no, I think I would have the same thing. Whereas like I'd have the reverse effect, where I'd feel exactly the same about the album. How it just got gradually more boring because it was too samey.
I feel like I like the album throughout. I like pretty much all the songs on it. I just feel like over time, listening to the album as a whole gets very samey. Like I could go away from this and pick particular songs and happily listen to them like constantly and just love them. But I listen to the whole album as a whole. All the songs kind of are of the same instrument style with little variations. Even if all the instrumentals are really cool and fast in every song, like fucking unbelievably fast. I don't know how they
Weird that you bring that up. They obviously have the in the majority of the albums that they bring out a separate instrumental version of it.
Yes.
Which shows that they're confident enough to act pretentious.
Oh, fuck's sake. They're very good, like, the instrumentals are all very good. The drummer's fucking insane, especially.
Nuts. Murdered 13 women on a road rage. Insane.
I would also say the songs are very well written lyrically. Very nice. Especially in contrast to last week's album, but... You know, but then the songs on this aren't as memorable as on the previous album.
I would agree.
Well, I don't know about that one.
There we go. So it's not always about the writing and the lyrics, is it? It's about how it sounds, which I still think they sounded good, but over time, less memorable. Worse for me is Ever Changer, just like exactly the reasons you've pretty much all said. It's just the most nothing song, and I don't think the vocals are that great on it, to be honest. Because I think he's very good on certain songs. Because Alaska was like the first song I ever heard of them. And then I think I showed Aidan, and it was from that we kind of listened to this album as a whole.
Up until today, Everchanger was on my top 3.
What?
So I feel differently.
It just says a lot about you, Joe, I think.
It really does, because... Although, I can't lie, I did struggle to find a worst, maybe because of the lack of variation. But
the base level quality for the songs is all very similar.
Yes.
So I'd argue like the difference between it is almost only personal preference.
Yes, 100%. But no, I've always just a bit meh compared to the rest. Whereas, like again though, nothing is bad. Like nothing sounds bad. There's never anything that sounds off or pisses me off, and it's just slightly lacking. In terms of the top 3, I feel like I love the songs all equally, so they could kind of just interchange, honestly. But so it was hard to pick them. I kind of just went with what I was feeling at the time, and I still feel that way. There's like a few honourable mentions. Like Dear Astronomer's very good. For Medusa's very good, and that was like the start of that song is such a change up to the rest of the album as well, but then it kind of swings back into what the rest of the album is and kind of lets itself down in my opinion, but it's still good. But top 3, third is No Place Like Home. I can't believe you all thought that was like one of the worst. I just love the main chorus in that. And the screamo in it's actually quite good. I don't know who fucking Johnny Craig or Marina is, but I really like the chorus especially. Thought it slapped, quite honestly.
Oh.
And it's actually the most listened to song on this album. I don't know if that's
I
got
think
anything
it's
to do with the
possibly
people
a
that's on
single, potentially, question mark?
Maybe.
I don't know.
it.
When did
But
the
I've
album
never.
come out?
I don't.
2019.
2019.
Oh yeah, No Place Like Home was a single.
It was. But to me, it's I fucking love that. And again, these top three I all like exactly the same for almost exactly the same reasons. But second for me was the first song I heard by him, which was Alaska, which I always fucking think is the name of the band because of us listening to Alaska before.
Yeah.
So I'd always end up looking for the album name instead of the artist because I could barely ever remember the artist name. So I'm always like Alaska, or then I always want to spell it
Valiant
with a Z
Hearts,
because
not
of
a
the
very
fucking
good name.
price. No,
No, especially if you Google it, it just comes up with the game.
I didn't know there was a game called Valiant Hearts.
no. I mean,
Yeah, it's a World War II game.
Oh, actually, no. I feel like I do know that.
Yeah.
Is it like PS2?
No, it's PC.
PC?
It's like a 2D PC game.
No idea then. Confused. You lost me again.
I'm pretty sure it's like a...
Yeah, you're right. I'm
You're
back
like
on
Percy
board.
survived
No, I got
or-
you. Yeah.
we there?
All right, you've lost me.
I would say Alaska as well is like an insanely good intro to the album, and I think it actually has the best singing on the entire album as well, especially the intro. But and I forgot to say as well, I feel like they should have ended the album on No Place Like Home because it's like a big ending bang and it's great, and Make Contact's good, but it's still nothing special. So I feel like they could have just ended it with No Place Like Home, and it would have sat a bit better in terms of ordering and stuff. But number one for me, featuring your boy from Normandy, Philip Strand.
Oh my god, was that him?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Singing at the start. That's the Normandy singer.
Fuck, I did not
That
know
fucking song is so unbelievably good. I love it so much. And I couldn't believe it when it was fucking Normandy's singer. And I think those two singing together is a great contrast. That's the song that I always kind of go to, like, when I want to listen to a song off this album the most. But yeah, as a whole, I thought it was good, like really good. I think over time it just got a bit. I think like if you just listen to the songs on their own, away from it being an album, you'd quite like it. But just listening to the album on its own and nothing else. Say if it was in a shuffle playlist, you'd be fine. But just having it all one after another, it gets very like.
I think it's tiring.
Yes, because it's so fast all the time.
And also the songs are quite long.
Yes.
Like yes, they're only like all 4 minutes, but because they're all like that, it makes them. It feels like half the songs are like a verse too long.
But then I wouldn't want
like
the songs that I like to be any shorter, so it's weird.
No, it is. I think they just needed a bit more variation. Even though they do have variation, I think it's the underlying like guitar sound is the same in a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
So even though like the way it's structured may be different, or there are even maybe different instruments in it, it still gets the same general feel.
I hear what you're saying, lad. We need more acoustic songs.
Oh, I would actually love to hear it.
Yeah, I would as well, to be fair. I wonder if they do one. I've not looked.
I've not looked either.
I will look.
Mm.
But I'd be interested to see how they play these live because it's a 2-piece band.
Well, it's just two guys.
It's just 2 guys.
Just guys being dudes.
So obviously they can make this in the studio quite well, but then I guess they just have to get like a whole band together to actually.
Yeah, they'd have to get like thingy artists.
But as we always say, like, you know, guitarists and stuff, they're replaceable.
Yeah. It's only the people.
No,
who
they're
write
not
it
because
that's
they don't
important.
write the music the same.
Oh, here we go.
No, but it depends who writes the music.
Well, that's true.
I agree with you, Joe.
Thanks, Will. Is it me?
Unless some like either guitarist or drummer or something writes a piece which no one else has the skill to play.
No, there's that.
Like
but-
Ringo, you mean?
There's that, but what I'm saying, like in Avenged Sevenfold, for example, the drummer died, and like the drumming has never been the same since because only he wrote those songs like that.
Well, that's it then. It's because he wrote it. That's important. His drumming skill itself doesn't.
Yeah, but I also disagree because like people have like their own style when playing guitar. Like you'll notice quite a lot of the times, like if you go to a live concert, and they have like a replacement guitarist in, they can still play the same notes, but they don't play it the same way the other guy did.
Are you sure it's just not a placebo, though?
I think he's just making this up, to be honest.
No, it's always still very slightly different.
Joe, what would you class your style as, and why would it be awful?
It's shit. Thank you. Is it my review?
It is.
It is.
This album really tickled my home team itch.
Oh.
Really
Denver loves the home team.
Yeah, he does. Favourite.
Nothing he'd like to listen to more in the car.
I do like the home team.
You can give it a good rating.
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
I'm the one who originally put us on to home team.
That first album one is good though.
I still like it. It's really good.
I still really like it,
I'm not too keen.
Yeah, I agree, Joe.
I've actually found I'm listening to the old album more than the new one these days. So, yeah, but
Scrub.
Anyway,
I'm worried that everything
I think
you say
it's
is
very.
peaking.
I think in most bands, they how to word this, like the skill of all the people playing the instruments is never fully showcased in most bands, and I think this is a prime example of the opposite of that. Like, everyone is going fucking crazy. Like, the guitarists are going mad, soloing, riffing. Vocals were amazing, and the drummers just fucking do whatever the fuck he wants. I think it was just like a good showcase of like just letting everyone just do the best at what they can do, you know?
Funny enough, I would almost describe it at one point as, alright, very garage band.
Yes, boys, garage band. Let's go.
Especially, I think it was mainly just because that backing feel was the same
Well,
across a lot
like
of
the,
songs.
so-
So it
the
felt,
Sonic type.
yeah, so it felt like they'd done it once and then just sort of copied it across all the songs.
They probably did for a lot of the production, especially if it's only two of them, you know?
Yeah. I did feel like the songs were very well produced.
Yeah, they were.
Crazy well produced. But I just felt like everyone was great. There was not a bad sounding moment in the album. Like, for just there was no like shining star in the album, in the band or the two of them. You know, everyone was just doing great. I think Will pretty much hit like the nail on the doorknob.
Fuck you!
Why? Fucking do it on
You did
purpose.
that on purpose!
Why'd you do this? That is awful!
The nail.
Oh
on
my
the
God.
doorknob.
Is that not the same?
Why would it be the saying?
Where is there a doorknob on a nail?
How do you even put the two together?
All right, hit the nail on the coffin. Is that it?
Hit the nail on the head. On the head.
On the head of the nail.
Sorry.
You make me want to step on small animals.
I've actually felt so angry then. That
Yeah.
God, why did that make me
reference
so
to
That's
angry?
the thing.
This
He
all
doesn't
the
even. He
time.
doesn't know he's doing it.
God. Hit the nail
I
on
think-
the doorknob.
How does
That makes sense at all. Do you not think?
Because you're putting a doorknob on the door and you're hitting the nail into the doorknob.
When?
Why
When
would
does
you
that
do
happen?
that? When?
When?
I just thought that was the same.
What kind of doorknob has you?
Listen,
I was
seen?
going to
You're
say,
blame-
if a doorknob
you're
was
blame-
nailed in, it wouldn't move.
See, you're blaming me for this, but I think I've just been brought up wrong. Blame my parents. Because they've been telling me all these sayings. You can blame
To be
them.
fair,
I
I
like
do.
the
But
idea
no,
that-
no, genuinely, I do blame your parents because your mum should have swallowed you.
Oh my god.
I like the idea that, like, Roy, Joe's dad, ran an experiment. It's like, I'm just going to teach Joe all these incorrect sayings and then laugh at him in future.
Or what happens when you drop a child a few too many times? See what just breaks all the sayings in his head. Well, when in Rome, there was built.
Dad used to tell me all the time that swearing was for people that are idiots and that don't know how to speak properly. And then I'd hear him. And then
Your
I'd hear
dad
him
swears
swear.
all the
I'd
time.
hear him swear, and I'd be like, "You're a fucking idiot, Dad. You don't know how to speak." And that was me as a child for like
I
3
never swore at
years.
my parents.
You never sworn at your parents.
No, I never really swear. I've never sworn at them before.
I have many a
I
time.
swear at your parents.
Yeah, that's all right though.
Andrea loves it.
It's a favourite thing.
She loves my foul language and charming sense of humour.
Your wittiness.
Remember that time I said I'd fuck the oven? Ah, good times.
I don't remember that.
She loved that.
Anyway, moving on from parentage.
And doorknobs.
I think Will hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Thank you. Woo! When he spoke about the album, it definitely needed more variation. It got very samey. But I don't know, I just can't imagine what the variation would be if they did variate. I guess just because they'd found their... I know variate isn't a word before. Someone
If they did variate. I like it. We know what you meant.
There's no point. It's just fuck it.
I can't imagine what the sound would be. I guess they just need to change the guitar tones and stuff. But I don't know. They found what worked for them and they just made an album of it. And especially as an instrumental album, which they've obviously done. I know you said it was pretentious, but I think it would suit more as an instrumental album because of how samey it is. Even though I love the vocals and everything, I can see why the instrumental folk would love the instrumentalness of it. I feel like I'm just saying a lot of things, but saying nothing.
That's all of us an album review, though.
Yeah, that's very true. My least favourite song was Colour Changing.
Oh.
Colour change.
What? Colour Wave. Colour Wave, sorry.
That's alright. I thought this was going to be another... I've listened to the other album.
Wrong album. I just I don't know. It wasn't bad sounding. Maybe I just didn't like the bit at the beginning. That was about it. My only real reason for it.
Not a big Nirvana fan.
No, not a big Nirvana fan. I've never been, actually. So...
You've never been to Nirvana?
Never been to Nirvana.
No, never been a Nirvana fan.
Sorry, you're somewhat different, aren't you?
What? That was a perfectly normal thing to say.
I've never been to Panic at the Disco either.
You guys are
never had one. Not once have I had a Panic at the Disco.
You guys are in the wrong there.
Of course we are.
You bring up the album reviews just to it's just us rambling about nothing really. It's it's so incoherent. We don't know what we're talking about. If you're listening right now, comment graveyard in the comments, and we will send you absolutely nothing. But at least we know that you've made it this far. Thank you.
Well done, if you have made it.
Well done for making it this far.
What's it 26 minutes in
medal.
You need a medal.
Our album reviews are a fucking patience test.
I'm pretty sure they use them in what's it called? It's like a torture test. We now put on 30 episodes of album review back to back.
This yank him down.
And Dev was like, album review, and they're like, no!
Just every time they tease them, we're going to change it up now. We're going to put in something different. Album review.
No! I wanted to watch the Who's Your Daddy video.
Everyone wants to watch the Who's Your Daddy video.
The Granny Sim.
The Granny Sim.
Hitman or
This was
Grandma.
the one where we paid YouTube advertising. We didn't seem to get any more interactions, but we just got
loads of views. Yeah.
That's the first animation we ever did. I don't know why. Good times.
That was the Watch Dogs video.
Yeah, that was it. Well, that's kind of what it was. It was still an animation-y thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
We basically just paid, what was it? A $5 each for a number to go up higher, but then nothing else happened.
Yeah, nothing came of it.
My third favourite.
Do it again, though.
Was Dear Astronomer.
Yeah, good song.
Really like that song. Like the chorus. Nice catchy chorus. Lyrically, really nice as well. Really like the meaning and the lyrics.
Lyrically.
My second favourite was Alaska. It was my first ever song listening, obviously, because it was the first on the fucking album. But what I really meant was Aidan showed me this a couple of months ago, the Alaska song, and he was like, "You really like this?" And I was like, "I do really like this." And I like the sound. It's a good opening song. It gets you going. It gets you hyped. I like it. And my favourite was Wildfire.
Whoa.
I now know why I like it, knowing the singer Normandy is in it. That's why I liked his voice so much. Great sounding fucking chorus. Just big. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Even answering anything.
You were just so excited about it. I thought I would join in on the excitement.
Just by going, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I don't know why that suddenly got me as I yawned. It suddenly just clicked.
Yeah, good album. Good album. Like,
Good album. Thank you, Joe.
no worries.
What did I think of this album?
You tell us.
Rhetorical question. I'm trying to think of something that hasn't already been said, really.
He's finally got him. The amount of times Denver said that, he's finally got him with it. Uno reverse.
I think.
Speaking
to be
in
honest,
third person.
all my notes. I've already said across your other reviews. Just that the songs do feel very similar. I definitely think it starts very strong. And it's one of those where, especially with like the first sort of 5 songs, I was like, are these all just like really good? So is this a really good album? Or am I just sort of tired of it? I was kind of like a bit confused. But I felt like it definitely drops off after Colour Wave, bar like the odd song. But again, nothing was ever really that bad apart from one song I didn't like. But then the songs that stood out, I just thought there was 5-6 songs that were just equally good. So then on another day, my top 3 could completely switch up. But I got very tired of this album though. Especially, I mean, I did listen to it about 7 times in a row, but it did just. I was more listening to it not because I loved it so much, but because I was trying to find some sort of differentiating thing. Like, with just repetition, was anything going to stand out? And still, after probably 7-8 listens of this album, I didn't manage to pick much out between the best and worst. And I think it's because they all sound quite similar. And even when they change it up, it doesn't change it up a lot. But they've obviously found a formula or theme that sort of works. So in terms of the album having a theme, I guess it kind of a theme of the sound, it sticks in that way. But then I feel like if they went for that angle, could have just been doing with being a little bit shorter and maybe the odd verse cut out. My least favourite was No Place Like Home, purely because of the screamer. I really disliked it, and that was the only thing that on every listen, that scream part would stick out and be like, I just don't like this part.
Yeah, but it was like a build-up to the screamer.
The song's so good.
I didn't like the build-up. I didn't like the result.
I really liked the scream on that.
Joe's like, yeah, but there's a build-up. It's like having a jack-in-a-box, which is a bomb.
The tension.
Denver's like, I still didn't like the end of it. You're like, yeah, but the build.
I really liked the screamer on it.
I did.
I did like it.
Differentiation.
Differentiation.
It was a no from me, but there was a few songs that I thought were almost equally meh. Being Colour Wave and Ever Changer, Medusa were all songs I sort of didn't really like. And Make Contact was just a bit meh to the point where I think I always got taken back by No Place Like Home, that I kind of just forgot about Make Contact. It would kind of just play in the background and it would sort of ride over me. Third favourite was Dear Astronomer.
Had to be in there. Had to be
in there.
I think it helps that it stuck out surrounded by the weaker songs, in my opinion. So it always stuck out as that was the one. Once I'd listened to the first bank of songs, Dear Astronomer was kind of all I had to look forward to. And at first I was going to say it was my favourite, but the more I listened to it, it actually got weaker and weaker. So when I listened to just Dear Astronomer with my other favourites, it was actually, I was like, oh, it's definitely actually the weaker one. Even though when I just listened to the whole album, I'd have been like, oh, it's my favourite.
I don't know what you're talking about, lad. If there was a song called Red Panda, I'd be like, fuck you. Take my money! You know? If Will had a song called Bear, he'd be like fucking losing his shit. If Joe had a song called like Mediocre Arsehole, he'd probably also like go crazy. I don't know.
God's sake. Disrespect.
Yep.
My
maybe explore more in Elden Ring.
What's his?
My other two favourites haven't even been mentioned. So my second favourite was Adventurer. I think because of all the style of those first bank of songs, it was like the fastest, most upbeat one, and it reminded me of like a video game soundtrack. Like I felt like without the vocals, it could have been like I'm not sure if it was Joe or Aidan said earlier about it being like a Sonic game or something. Did that happen, or did I imagine that in my head?
No. I totally thought the same thing.
No, you imagined it.
I don't remember anyone saying it.
Did no one say Sonic?
I said Sonic.
Oh,
Denver, you've been in a coma for 15 years. Wake up.
What?
What? No!
Just for 15 years of album review, just in my head. Somehow, like, all this stored knowledge of random albums.
It could have been from a entirely different album.
Somehow he's singing songs in his sleep that he never even knew. He never listened to any of these songs. Oh my god, none of the bands ever existed. Brandon Urie won't make a metal album, because if he does, you'll wake up instantly, because you'll know it's all just a coma. The moment that happens, you break out of the simulation.
And my favourite?
It's not going to be Wildfire. It's got to be different.
It's not Wildfire. Look at him.
It's not. It's going to be something that no one's picked because he's.
It's something that no one's picked because I'm different and interesting.
Yeah. My favourite song. Oh,
it's like Ships in the Night.
Oh, of course it's like Ships in the Night because he's different.
I really like the hook line, and it was just like I said, the difference between those first 5 songs plus Dear Astronomer were all so close that when I was clicking through them, it was like minor differences, and it was only because the hook line in like Ships in the Night just stuck with me more than the other tracks. Hence, that was my favourite. But let's say equally, those sort of top 6 songs, I'd almost say were all bang the same. Apart from Dear Astronomer, right. Really, because that did. Well, no. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they're all about the same.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. Generally, all right, but it got tiring. That's what I'd say.
Interesting.
I've forgotten what I normally say here.
Is it?
It doesn't matter anymore. We're rebranding. Come on, Will. What do we say here?
Go on, Will. What do we say?
Numbers.
The numbers, Mason.
I like that. Just
Can you give us a percentage out of?
Oh, nice.
Out of 3.
Out of 3.
Percentage out of 3.
Hang on. A percentage out of 3 is the same as a percentage out of anything.
Could you give us a percentage fraction decimal out of 27?
Yeah, now he's just saying random things.
It's about 18 out of 27.
Fuck's sake. In the new rating system, 1 is actually the best.
Is that true?
Yeah. So you won't believe it, but Kanye's album is a banger.
Oh fuck! It's golf. It's the lowest score. It's the best. Fuck. Dude. Anyway, I rate this one hand job out of a macaroni owl picture.
Fuck's sake.
Right. I still can't remember what to say. So Aidan.
What?
Numbers!
Yes, mate. What's up?
Numbers, Mason.
Yeah, right.
What did you score it?
What did I score it?
Yeah.
I scored it a 7 out of 10, mate.
7. Just start rolling now.
Usually say their names, but we won't.
I can't.
No, you don't. No, we don't. We've had this argument before. We don't. Right. You just do it.
Numbers, please, Joe.
You want mine random?
No, it's Will's number.
It's Will's
Will.
number.
The numbers.
Oh, look, we said his name.
Look at that. Your lips look so pink, Aidan. Sorry, I'd give it a 8. Hypothetically,
it's a
And
6.5 from me.
6.5 also. And is it a thumbs up or thumbs down from Joe?
It's a thumbs up. It's a thumbs up from me.
Thumbs up from Joe.
nice.
It scores 28.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That is pretty good.
The general consensus is it's a pretty good album.
Pretty good.
Denver, what's the next album?
It's Nickelback, All the Right Reasons.
Oh my god, what? Okay.
Nickelback.
You're not picking Sigrid's album.
Whoa.
I was like certain you were going to pick Sigrid's album. For fuck's sake.
Oh, what a crazy good.
I was thinking about picking Sigrid's, but I've already heard it to death, so now.
You say
I didn't really like it.
You
But...
say all the wrong reasons.
I was waiting to hear it because I thought you was going to
right
pick
reasons.
Which one? The Walmart exclusive edition?
Hey,
it. Walmart exclusive.
I'm not even joking. That's that.
He's
Is
not.
it?
He's not
It's
joking.
horrendous.
All right,
It's
no,
got-
just
no,
there is
normal.
just a generic one.
Walmart.
Yeah,
Is
just a generic 11 songs.
Walmart sell guns to children, and they've got. That's amazing.
You know what's mad? I when I was really young, my mum used to own this album, and we used to. listen
I
to it in
owned
the
this
car.
album on CD.
Yeah, well, I have this album in CD.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, Walmart exclusive edition. Just as
Oh no!
live
What does
version.
it add? Oh,
It just
four
adds
alive
live
songs.
songs.
Live songs, yeah.
Was that performed in a Walmart? I assume.
Maybe.
I tell
Chad
you what,
Kroger. That was at the height of their popularity as well. Like that's downhill already. Would you like to perform in a Walmart, Chad Kroger?
fucking hell. I remember I had
Right.
3 of their albums. All the Right Reasons, Here and Now, and Dark Horse. Dark Horse was amazing. I actually really liked that one. Oh my god, some of
You mean
the...
you don't like this one?
No.
It's not as...
It's got all their biggest songs on.
Hypothetically, it's like a good 7.5.
I like the pre-rating.
Oh yeah, we should do like a guess of what the next album ratings will be. I guess that my pick will actually be...
What?
I'm gonna guess it's gonna get
Closing thoughts.
altogether 23.
Closing. Oh, you're not predicting it's going to do that well then.
Why? It reminds
But now
me of
you're
my
putting that
wrestling
prenup in
days, back
people's
when me
heads.
and my brother used to like wrestle in the back garden on the trampoline. I used to it happened a
Just
lot.
listen to
Nickelback.
it's a little bit of Nickelback.
Yeah.
Nickelback.
You know, we would do it shirtless as well. One time, you don't need to worry about it. We were both 10. It's not weird. One time I remember, this is genuinely true. My brother like threw me onto the side of the trampoline, but we didn't have like the paper
So it's
thin,
exposed
the paper thin safety mat around the outside, velcroed on by like 3 straps. And I fell
You could
onto
easily
it.
just slide underneath.
And as I hit it, like the springs like obviously opened under the weight, but then closed immediately as I hit it.
Oh, no.
So it like trapped a section of my back, and there was about a 5-inch long black mark like down my back, where it just caught all the skin and compressed it. And as a fat little child, I remember just screaming. I was in so much pain. Why are you laughing at this? This is traumatic. I'm just getting this off my chest.
When you think about it, those were just death traps, weren't they? Like,
They're not
just
good, are
for
they?
falling in them.
Yeah.
They still exist, Denver.
I know they
Trampolines
keep-
don't exist anymore. They got
My
rid of
neighbour
them.
has one,
Abolished.
but everyone I've seen who has them now, I guess it's because he has the nets
Yeah.
around them.
We had a
Nets
net
are
at one
shit.
point. But then my brother like backflipped through it, so it didn't really help. I'm not joking about that either. That actually happened.
They were
He
great when
backflipped.
you were a kid, though, wasn't they?
Yeah, like it was like I said, we used to wrestle, like properly fucking just suplex
Say
each
that.
other.
I tore tendons in my back 3 times on trampolines, so it wasn't a great experience for me.
You're just a weak, feeble boy, aren't you? You've got the bone
Literally.
structure of a cheese string.
I remember in primary school, like I missed 3 years of sports day because it always happened around the same time.
Weird
Because it like spring starts coming around, get the trampoline out, this is fun, and then oh my back,
my spine.
My favourite game was put every ball you've got.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
and jump.
trampoline and jump and like I can't remember if we tried to keep him in the trampoline or try and.
Or
get
if
him. I think it
Or
was
just do a mega volley.
I think you tried
Off
to
the
get
trampoline.
I don't know. I can't remember.
And you had those fancy people who had the ones where it was set into the ground.
Oh, I don't think I knew any of those. That was maybe a Tory thing.
No, I saw it on Grand Designs once as a kid.
Grand Design.
It was Grand Designs as a child.
Imagine Grand Designs, but
You're
then
right. My parents would have it.
But they're like, oh, we've dug a hole and put a trampoline in it. But this is not grand.
It's because it was
Right,
like a clean look.
Yes, Grandma. I'm just watching Grand Designs.
I'm watching Grand Designs. It's like the same as did you ever watch what's it called, Pimp My Ride? And like towards the end of the seasons, yeah, they got more money, but they would just spend it on useless shit. And I remember watching one episode where this woman came in. She's like, they were like, we pimped it out. We got 23-inch rims, brand new paint, and I'm not joking. They opened the back and they were like, and a brand new scale electric track. And I was like, why? Where am I going to put my groceries?
Tesco.
Fucking full.
To be fair,
Full size, like the bridge and everything. And I remember, even as like an 8-year-old, I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Why would you want to scale electrics in the back of your car?" But the whole thing of it was like a Volkswagen Beetle, so the cars on the scale electric track were her cars.
it's just like, whoa, this is so much better now.
This is so much faster than my real car. Oh God, sorry for the tangent.
Anyway,
just unlocked so many memories. Nickelback.
They must have. The thing is though, like you think it's crazy when you're a kid, but you think adults made that show. Yeah. Someone must have thought. Like,
someone higher up was like, they were like, "Oh yeah, scale electric, that's cool as fuck."
It's like we've run out of ideas to do with cars.
Because they used to put like fucking subwoofers and shit in it, didn't they? Like music stuff, which kind of made sense, you know.
Well, I guess they did that in the first season or whatever. But
Yeah.
after that, once you've pimped, you've lowered, put it on like coilovers, put massive subwoofer in the back, like got the turbo sticking out the bonnet.
Yeah, they're like, "What do we do now?" And then they get a pickup truck and fill the back with water, and it's a jacuzzi now or some shit. Like, they do. They probably would.
The car weighs 8 tons now.
You cannot drive it when it's in jacuzzi mode.
You just start draining it off.
Just like rams.
it's always the same. TV, just stupid people on TV just makes good TV.
It was Exhibit. You can't call him stupid. Leave him alone.
It's the same like Big Brother and those type of shows. They're all fucking.
They're all fucking.
Yeah.
You don't like Big Brother? Day 3 in Big Brother house.
I feel like it
Aidan's
was
gone
on
into bathroom and had hand job.
like Fast and Furious or something, where a guy was playing he had a PlayStation 2 in the back of his car.
Oh
And
yeah.
he was playing Gran Turismo as his car in the game.
Yeah, that was
So he's
just
pulled
the
over,
standard
pops
shit.
his the back PlayStation.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that
Is
the?
that the
getting
police?
arrested.
What is that?
Is that the fact alarm,
is.
Joe?
Oh,
The fact? Do you want a fact?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this was just a decoy so that Joe could find a fact on his phone.
Yeah, actually, I stopped recording 20 minutes ago.
Did you know
Oh.
that parent pandas abandon their child if they have twins?